Greetings from Snake Mountain Boat Works on Wednesday, April 24, 2019. Our 1937 20-foot Lyman Runabout, the Eagle, is about ready to have her topsides and bottom sanded fair in preparation for sealing and painting. We stripped her, as you will remember from previous updates, to bare wood, and then we had the challenge of dealing with all of the declivities, nail heads, etc., dents, gouges. I mean, this boat's been around for 60, 80 plus years. The material we use for this process is 3M premium filler, 3M marine premium filler. It is a two-part fairing compound, and this is the first application. There will certainly be a second after we've sanded her. We continue to be amazed at the very, very sound condition of this hull. We found only 2 fasteners in both sides of the boat that we had to tighten up a little bit. The rest of these are as tight as the day they left Sandusky. We do have a bit of a challenge, which is so typical of Lyman's, right? The stem, the gripe, the knee and the gripe. We will be doing a Dutchman repair on both sides here. We will be filling this seam with Total Boat Thixo Flex. It will fill, make the seam watertight. Thixo Flex remains flexible so that as there's any movement in this area, the bond between the Thixo Flex and the wood on each side will not break. So, today I have the pleasure of beginning to sand. We will sand first with 60 grit using a longboard sander. You really do not want to use a orbital, random orbit, anything like that sander here, lest as you move along you end up with situations that we've seen that are almost impossible to deal with. You end up with the moonscape because the sanding surface on an orbital is a mere 6 inches. And if you can imagine trying to keep this surface fair and free of hills and valleys, sanding with one of these, it's just foolish to even attempt it. We use a pneumatic longboard, and we work along. We'll start out, as I say, with 60 grit. This it's already been sanded once before we started applying the fairing compound, but everything's got to be sanded fair at this point. And I have to say, the mahogany strakes on this boat are almost like sanding concrete. This mahogany has gotten extremely dense and extremely hard over the decades. And as a result, we're going to need 60 grit to actually make any progress. We'll follow that with 80 grit and then apply a second coat of the 3M marine premium filler to most of it, so that we have nice sharp edges We don't have a lot of declivities, scratches and things like that in the surface. Having done that and sanded a final time, the entire hull will receive 3 coats of clear penetrating epoxy sealer. We will be using Pettit tie coat primer below the waterline and apply a Interlux semi-gloss topside paint above the waterline, and of course below the waterline the bottom paint will be the classic Lyman anti-fouling paint. So we're making great progress. There's a whole lot left to do, and we'll keep you abreast as we keep making progress and keep working on her. But that's our update on April 24, 2019. Thank you so much. Bye-bye for now from Snake Mountain Boat Works.